All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kakadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great example to his younger brothers. And peace and blessings, salutations. Hopefully, they got there pushing his word and truth. And it's sincerely across the four winds in the name of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, pushing to get up out of here. You know? So,
We got a lot of trainees.
what I want to get into today, the scripture, all right, that's out of the book of Matthew, all right, chapter 11. I'm going to read verses 18 and um, 19. And for the longest time, you know, I really didn't understand what this scripture was saying, you know. But as we continue to learn and grow, in the faith and in the understanding of the scriptures, through the teachings of our apostles and elders and, the different various brothers, okay, that's toiling in this work, okay, we begin to understand, what these things mean, you know. And as we constantly get experience while we're in this faith, we constantly get, increasing understanding. Because one thing about um, this truth, you know, as we, because we can read and we can, go through breakdowns and research, but nothing replaces, just having that experience, So as we're constantly becoming more and more seasoned in these things, we can go back to certain precepts and it has, a more potent meaning because we got the experience behind it now, you know. So I wanna um I wanna start off there. Let me share this out. But yeah, we'll start off in Matthew, you know. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 11. Hopefully I can get through with it for it rain. If it rain, I just have to go get in the car. But this is the book of Matthew, chapter 11, verse 18. It says, "For John came neither eating nor drinking, and they say he had the devil." And this is Yahweh Shai speaking, because one thing with Jake, he was addressing, Jake, because you know Jake always had something to say. One thing about niggas is they're never satisfied. There's nothing you can do to appease a nigga. A nigga is always gonna find something to criticize. A nigga always gonna find something to gossip about. And a nigga always gonna try to find the excuse, to be rebellious and create gray areas. So when it came to Yahweh Shai, this is what they were saying of him. And it says, "The Son of Man came eating and drinking, and they say, Behold, a man gluttonous and a winebibber, a friend of a publicans," okay, a friend of publicans and sinners, but wisdom is justified of her children. So they were pretty much trying to discredit Yahweh Shai character, okay, by saying he was a glutton and a winebibber, okay, which Yahweh Shai, he never, was a drunk, all right, off the wine. He got nice, you know, and he wasn't a glutton, okay? But Jake, was saying that to try to discredit, the Yahweh Shai's character, so it would discredit the message. So Yahweh Shai is like, look, y'all saying I'm this, I'm that, but wisdom is justified of her children. And when you read this in the NLT, and we'll get some more precepts, to expound on it. But when you read it in the NLT, all right, it kind of makes it more plainly, and that's gonna be the basis of this lesson, you know. Hey, how you doing? So you read this in the NLT. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 11, verse 19. It said, "The Son of Man, on the other hand, feasts and drinks." All right, and you say he is a glutton and a drunkard and a friend of tax collectors and other sinners, but wisdom is shown by her results. And that's what we're going to harp on, how wisdom is shown by her results. Okay, just like foolishness is shown by, you know, the results as well. Okay, so when Yahweh Shah says wisdom, okay, is justified over children because you know something is wise, all right, by the results. Okay, so Yahweh Shah is like, look at the results of my teaching, you know, because you looked at the men that followed Yahweh Shah, they were like his spiritual children. Okay, and you see what the apostles, you know, became. You know, they became, you know, great men of Yahweh Bashim Al Shai, okay, based on the teachings, because a child is a product of a doctrine. You know, a child is a product of a doctrine and social norms. Okay, so Yahweh Shai was like, look, well, follow my teachings and look at the results. You know, you say this about me, you say that about me, but follow the teaching and look at the results. Even on the corner level, you know, like people say, you know, well, Joe Jackson, you know, was too hard on them boys. Okay, which, you know, at times he probably could have did much, a bit too much. Okay, in the moment. All right, we don't know, we wasn't there. All right, we getting second, third hand information. All right, but no one complains about any Michael Jackson album. Okay, no one has complained about a Michael Jackson performance. Okay, so you can have your personal, okay, opinion about, you know, was he too hard on them boys and this and that, and, you know, he living his dream through them or whatever. You know, you can have your personal opinion about Joe, okay, but look at the results. Okay, you can feel, you know, any type of way, all right, about the man, but look at the results. You know, even with um what's my guy, LeVar Ball, which if you ain't into sports, you probably don't know him. Which, you know, at the end of the day, sometimes like Jake do too much. Okay, but you see, you know, he had a strategy, you know, for his sons. You know, which two out of three made to the league. You know, the other Jake was tripping, and that's where, you know, the social norms of this society play a factor too. You know, because you can have, you know, structure in the household, but get seduced into the cultural norms of society, you know, and fall away from that structure that you was brought up in. Okay, but getting back to the point, all right, we're okay as we came into this faith, because what do the scriptures say? Let's go here to let's get the book of St. John chapter 3. Get straight to the point. This is John 3:3. It says, uh, I started at 1. This is St. John 3:1. It said, there was a man of the Pharisees named Nicodemus, a ruler of the Jews. The same came to Yahweh by night and said unto him, Rabbi, we know that thou art a teacher come from the Most High. For no man can do these miracles that thou doest except the Most High be with him. All right, so this is a what you call a secret disciple, Nicodemus, you know, coming to see Yahweh. So Yahweh answered and said unto him, Verily, verily, I say unto thee, except a man be born again, he cannot see the kingdom of the Most High. Okay, so Yahweh makes this statement that we have to be born again, and Nicodemus is still thinking carnally. All right, because he's a product of the doctrine of the Pharisees. Okay, he didn't have the spiritual understanding of the scriptures, which Yahweh was given the true understanding of the things of the scriptures. He didn't have that true understanding because he was a product of the doctrine of the Pharisees. Okay, and he didn't have, you know, that spiritual eyesight. Okay, verse 4 said, Nicodemus said unto him, how can a man be born when he is old? Can he enter into the second time into the mother's womb and be born? Yahweh said, Verily, verily, I say unto thee, except a man be born of water and of spirit, he cannot enter into the kingdom of the Most High. And that water, okay, represents this word. And the spirit represents the understanding of this word. Okay, because it's the spirit that navigates us, all right, through the understanding of this word. Okay, because you can read this book, you can read these words, and don't have the spirit, and you won't get the understanding because the spirit is in the driver's seat when we read the scriptures, man. When we listen to lessons, okay, there's a spirit, you know, just like Elder Apostle Tahar, you know, he did a breakdown earlier on Ezekiel, the 38th chapter, responding to Hassad, all right, the guy Hassad, you know, formerly of Sakari, and it made perfect sense. Okay, like it made perfect sense, and it linked up to other precepts, you know, that you know we already had the understanding on, which Lord will, you know, me and the elder brother Abaya uh, um expound on that Ezekiel 38 next Tuesday, you know, and really and go into it some more. Okay, but just an example, and that's another example of a product, because Elder Apostle Tahar, all right, as he went into it, okay, and he was breaking it down, and he did it with ease. You know, he pretty much eat the Hassad, you know, like Hassad had this 3 hour breakdown of, you know, going off, all right, dealing with Ezekiel 38 in Russia, okay, which is Gog and Magog prophetically. But you know, he going off, you know, he's 3 hours of going off. And Apostle Hart comes and does a 30-something, 40-minute video and just breaks it down with ease. I'm talking about the spirit was flowing like water. Okay? Why? Because the elder Apostle Hart is a product of good doctrine. Okay? And we, all right, are the results, okay, of the apostles and elders. We're a product of them. Okay, and then on the flip side, look at someone like Hassad. Hassad is a product of Sakari, and that's why he doesn't mind being prideful, okay, against the men, okay, that taught him everything he knows. Everything Hassad knows, all right, that's right. Everything that he knows that's right come from the apostles and elders, man, through the spirit and power how by Shem outside. But he doesn't mind kicking against the pricks or being rebellious, because he comes from a rebellious doctrine. You know, Sakari, you know, Alizé, you know, Alazar, all right, chief priest, you know, he's a product of that rebellious spirit, you know. So the way Hassad is acting, we see nothing, that's nothing but another Sakari. Okay, even though he broke away, and we don't care why, you know, we're not losing sleep, you know, trying to investigate the why, all right, whatever they got going on, okay. But even though he broke away, you know, from Sakari, you still see that he's a product of their doctrine, you know, which is pride, think you know every goddamn thing, trying to be deep, trying to have these exclusive breakdowns, and, you know, as long as your comment board agree with you, you don't care, you know, about sound doctrine, okay. So going back to children, okay, wisdom is justified of our children, okay. Wisdom is justified of the results, okay. Just like foolishness is exposed by its results, man. Okay, so let's go here to another one, you know, because as we've been born again, we've become the children of this true wisdom, you know, and now the earth is starting to see the products of it. You know, the earth is starting to seeing the products of it. Like my mother, you know, she texted me the other day, you know, and she was like, because me and her, you know, we kind of had our differences when I first came into the truth, and you know, she was a super Christian, and you know, we would bump heads, you know, coming in with that zeal, okay, and she, you know, enchanted, you know, she's under that heavy enchantment of Christianity. So we had a few clashes, you know, but the other day, you know, she texted me like, you know, I'm just so proud of the man you've become, you know, and she doesn't realize that I've been born again, you know, and have become a new creature, you know. I've been raised all over again, you know, and she did, you know, the best she could, all right, you know, she, you know, the woman, all right, you know, you see, well, she wasn't, you know, wicked or malicious, you know, she did her best. She was just a woman, you know, operating off that single mother, feminist mindset, and it is what it is, but they're sticking to the point. She doesn't realize that, I had a rebirth in the spirit and have been and am, can't say have like I'm finished, but I'm being raised again, you know. So what people are starting to see, is a product of this wisdom. We've been born again and people are seeing, all right, the product of this thing, man. Okay. Now, well, you go here, uh, to Matthew 18. All right, it's the book of Matthew, chapter 18, um, verse 1. Uh, all right, this is Matthew 18 and 1. It says, at the same time, the disciples came, all right, at the same time came the disciples unto Yahushua, saying, who's the greatest in the kingdom of heaven? And Yahushua called a little child unto him and set him in the midst of them and said, verily, verily, all right, which is truly, I say unto you, except you be converted and become as little children, you shall not enter into the kingdom of heaven. All right. So Yahushua, made the reference that we will have to become like little children. Okay. And what was he saying? That we will have to humble down. Okay. Because they were, going back and forth. The disciple was debating about rank. Okay. Showing you that they understood the concept of a kingdom. Okay. So they was debating about rank. And Yahushua like, look, you know, you're talking about rank, but first you gotta be converted, all right, and have the mind of a little child, okay? And the child is very impressionable, man, okay? And that's why, it's easy, to tell what type of environment or what type of upbringing that a child has, because a child is in the stage of what? Imitating what he sees, imitating what he hears, okay? And it's easy to tell, the teachings, all right, what a child is being taught or not being taught by their actions, okay? And that's why even, as people, coming to, of age, okay, you can tell, okay, what type of doctrine they've been under, what type of structure or lack thereof that they came up under, man. The results pretty much tell the story. Okay? That's why you have, men that was raised mostly by, women. You can tell it almost immediately. I'm talking about the way they stand, the way they respond to situations. Okay? They lack of urgency. You can pretty much tell immediately, okay, when a man was raised mostly by women. And on the flip side, you can tell when a man was poured into by other men coming up, how he operates, how he reacts, his day-to-day, his priorities, okay? So the results tell everything, man, okay? And going back to the point, we're, all right, becoming the children of the true wisdom, because no matter, you know, um, no matter how we were when we came into this thing, that's why we had to be born again, okay? Start over afresh and then raised again. You see, we're just now really learning how to be men and husbands, okay? As we begin to operate in the spirit, now we're learning, okay? You women, you're just now learning how to be women. You're just now learning how to be a wife, okay? You've been in this thing, say you're a woman that believe, all right, for 5 years. Well, you're likened to a 5-year-old girl in the ancient world that was being taught how to be a wife by her mother. you know, and same for the men. Okay, you've been in this thing 7, 8 years. Okay, we're like, a 7 to 8-year-old in the ancient world that's being groomed up by his father, okay, to run a household. You see? So Wisdom, okay, shows itself by the results. Okay, you see, uh, 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 certain men that have certain physiques. Okay, well, there has to be some type of wisdom to their diet. It has to be some type of wisdom, okay, to their workout regimen. Okay, and what we're seeing is the results of. Okay, you're seeing you know, a woman. Okay, that's you know, real savvy in the kitchen. You see, we're seeing the results, okay, of time spent, in the kitchen. You see, so what we have to understand is that when Yahweh Shai, was telling them that wisdom is justified of our children, hey, this wisdom is going to be justified of the results, and the ultimate result that's going to justify us is us being delivered. You see, that's going to be the ultimate justification of this wisdom, okay, is us being protected in these times, and then us ultimately being delivered. Matter of fact, let's get a couple precepts on that, you know, get a few precepts on that. Because a little short today, you soaking wet. All right, let's get this. All right, because we coming, into the time of chaos. All right, and what did get this? Uh, let's get this second Ezra. Because that's gonna be the ultimate justification, okay, of this wisdom. That's raising us. Okay, it is raising us into deliverance. It's raising us to have a hedge when everyone else, is suffering. All right, so let's get that in second Ezra 16. Get straight to the point. All right, this is second Ezra 16. All right, I started at 7, second Ezra 16 and 17. These are the times we're coming in, and when the grid go out, we know Esau is gonna make his move. Okay, we know Esau is gonna make his move when the grid goes out, because he wants to quietly remove the prophets from the scene. Okay, without making a big fuss or uproar. Okay, this is second Ezra 16 and 7. It says, for there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. Okay, and this is going to be when the grid is down. Okay, because Esau Edom, when you don't have anyone to record with their phones, because right now there's too much there's too much access, there's too much communication. Communication is too convenient right now. It's hard for him to push propaganda because there's always someone recording real time on a lot of these events. Okay, and it says a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses, man. And this is Jacob's trouble, because Esau Edom, still has a vendetta right against Jacob. You go Genesis 27 and 41. Their hatred, that was proclaimed in the mind of Esau. He has that same hatred, man. Okay, to this day. All right, and it says, for they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and shall be tried as the gold in the fire. Okay, so it's going to be known that we're the Lord's chosen, because the Lord is going to lift a standard against this devil, man. Okay, the Lord is going to provide for us through miracles, man. Okay, and that's going to show, all right, that we okay, was operating in wisdom the whole time. Okay, the circumstances that we're going to be in, all right, in the end of this thing is going to show that we was right the whole time. Okay, that we was operating in the true wisdom the whole time. Okay, so let's go here. I say we'll close it out here. All right, which that's in Wisdom of Solomon, Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5. Let me tree real quick. Wisdom of Solomon 5:1. It said, "Then shall the righteous stand in great boldness." Okay, then shall the righteous stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labor, man. And this is what we're seeing now, these camps raising up, and we're standing in boldness, man, boldly proclaiming who we are. All right, and we don't need the approval, okay, of you Edomites, okay, to know that we're right. We don't need the theologians and the so-called scholars and professors and historians, all right, uh, um, to certify who we are, man, to validate who we are. Nah, man. Okay, the Lord has given us true wisdom. Okay, the Spirit is validating who we are, man. Okay, we understand that. Nah, man, we are the children of the light, man. We're the children of the wise. Okay, verse 2 says, "When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of their salvation, so far beyond all that they look for. And they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, This was he whom we had sometimes in derision, and a proverb, a reproach. We fools accounting his life madness, and his end to be without honor. How was he numbered among the children of the Most High, and his lots among the saints? Therefore have we erred from the great way of truth, and the light of righteousness have not shined unto us, and the sun of righteousness rose not upon us." Okay, so they're going to understand, in their time of salvation, okay, that's to come. All right, the fashion that we're going to be delivered, because the nuke's going to be on the way, but we're going to be going up and nuke's coming down. So hey, they're going to be thinking of these things in that short amount of time. Like, damn, them niggas was right. So that deliverance is going to be the ultimate justification of our wisdom, because right now we just look like some disgruntled niggas with Bibles, okay? But the people don't look at this as wisdom, okay? But the protection, all right, in the times to come, leading up to the actual deliverance, is going to be the justification of this wisdom, okay? So yeah, I just wanted to get into that, Lord will, you brothers and sisters edified. To the next time I say shalom, shalom, ball soon, shalom.